Okay, just a little. Okay. Page 7, Refuge and Bodhicitta. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and good contact, who got to know the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and good contacts, who got to know the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O Supreme, among humans you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who was wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that places in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberating, who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bound with bodies as many as all realms, atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtue actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly, this is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through these mirrors may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the full faults, and be delivered from samsara's oceans, perturbed by the ways of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, protectors' hearts, to tip of this fresh, pure, white, heaped, curd like cloud. O loathsome Drakpa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine, as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortune and years. Your beauteous body famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned eight mundane concerns, made life essential. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Samchakas essential teaching specially shine forever. Mig se wei tir chen chen raise dream me kien pei wang po sham pel yang tu pong ma lu zhong se sang wei dan kang chen ge pei sun kien song ka pa lo sam jak pei shab la so wa de. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus I've heard at one time, the Blessed One was sailing in Rajagriha on Fulcher Mountain together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of the inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of lineage who wishes to age in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whatever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of the inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind. No visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom. And because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in 3 times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering since does not fall, should be known as a truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly of worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration, highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the Holy Supreme Abode of the Dikini, possess the clairvoyance, miraculous powers, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the hosts in the 3 places, Kasi, Akasamara Tashvata, Samaraya, Akasamara Tashvata, Samaraya, Samara Tashvata, Tayatom, gate, parasam, gate, bodhi, so, through the power of truth of the exalted 3 jewels of speech, may all the side and negatives, such as the 4 hours, be stopped, may they become non-existent, may they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shanti, kore, soha. The 8,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse harmful conditions. May we all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being right here, right now. Short mandala offering. Sashi Poki Jukshing Me Tok Dramri Rabling Shi Nye Kien Padi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Owa Gidro Kunam Dag Shing La Sho Pasho Jesun Lama Dampa Kyenam Kicho Kukala Kien Se Drin Drigne Shita Shampe Dulce Sima Lasa Ye Chotang Song Ki Chom Nam La Chong Shu Bar Du Da Ki Kap Su Chi Da Ki Chon Yen Ki Pe So Nyam Ki Chola Pen Chir Song Ke Tro Par Sho Chotang Song Ki Chom Nam La Chong Shu Bar Du Kap Nyam Su Chi Da Ki Chon Yen Ki Pe So Nyam Ki Chola Pen Chir Song Ke Tro Par Sho Chotang Song Ki Chong Nam La Chong Shu Bar Du Na Ki Sop Su Chi Da Ki Chong Yen Ki Pe So Nyam Ki Trola Fen Chir Song Ke Tro Par Shog.
Good evening, everyone. How are you today? Okay? So? Anyway, weather's good. I think things are good. Weather's good, then jobs, works finish, right? I heard the people, Monday, people not very happy. Friday, people very happy. It's true or not? They says, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday no work. Then also, if you have maybe some special work to be done, you need to some permission, your boss, you do go to ask at the Friday, is best day. Also Friday, all the jobs done, then 2 days day off. If you go to Monday, you have to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 or 5 days, then even you are not really action that job, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday job, but you're really killing the, suffering 2-3 days, right? Are you guys do that? It's true or not? I don't know. I don't know work like that. I heard that. Therefore, today is what? Today Wednesday. Still you have to go 2 days walk. So anyway, this is our nature, Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. It's our love. Anyway, then we do a little bit meditation. They're learning a little bit meditation. I think maybe you guys do a lot of meditations apart. But do a little group meditation. The meditation means usually, I think there are many different ways. Usually Tibetan Buddhism, the meditation means your mind focus of one of subject. Keep the mind in some subject. Like, I hold the book, my mind very focused book. My mind, mind doesn't go. Other side also keep not forgot, like that. The purpose also our motivation. Motivation thinks something are going to hurt, then you mind go to that. The very motivation takes many different ways. Therefore, usually the Tibetan Buddhism we talk about, this is not only Buddhism view. I think this is the reality. We always follow or listen for our mind, right? Mind or mind? Mind, right? If my teacher is coming here, my English teacher is coming here, I have to be very careful. she became punishing me. Anyway, I'm joking. This is my joke. She fixed my English. Anyway, therefore, Buddhism says we obey, we follow our mind. It's true or not? Right? our mind thinks body dead, body have to go there, right? Mind think I'm today tired, then body says, oh, that's good, just. Therefore, they say we follow our mind, then mind follow who? Mind follow delusions, ignorance. Therefore, we have all the time small problem, big problem, medium problem, right? The problem means unacceptable things, right? Is correct? Unaccept, right? We are not accept that before we come here, very hard, right? This suffering. Therefore, Buddhism says, because you follow the wrong teacher, therefore you have always go to the wrong direction. Therefore you always, what you call, hit the your nose or the piece of rock. Is correct? If you close eye, you just walk, then easy to hit something, right? Therefore, you follow wrong teachers, then you have always problems. Who's the wrong teacher is ignorance, our mind. Also, we obey, we follow our wrong direction. This is a not Buddhism view. I think this is the reality. This is exactly that happens, right? And also, usually we don't, keep our mind. Take care of our mind. We don't take care of our mind. Mind go to all the ways, right? Usually the parents take care of their kids very well, right? Don't go there, don't eat that, don't do that, right? But we don't take care of our mind. Mind says, I like to go that way, I like to go there, I like to talk that, I like to think that. We say, okay, yes. Right? Are you guys do this? Therefore, if it doesn't take care, then they go to wrong direction. Right? The parents doesn't take care of the kids go to wrong direction. They eat a lot of chocolate. Then parents have to get mad. A lot of candies. Anyway, this is an example. We have to, the Buddhism view. We go to the deep. It's very deep. Also, we don't need to talk about very deep things. Then you guys, yes, nothing idea what to talk about. You read the Heart Sutra. They say no head, no nose, no ears, right? Yes, I have nose. You can see, right? Yes, we have ears. We have chest, but the text says no. This thing is very more difficult. But we need to talk about a little bit gross example, then with Buddhism view talk together, then a little bit makes sense, easy to understand, okay? Then anyway, if we take care of our mind very well, I'm sure we have less problem. I'm sure. Therefore, now, since we born, we never take our mind, then our mind go to everywhere. Now we have to come out very hard. Therefore, slowly, day by day, mind by mind, no 1 year, no 2 years, I study all my life, I can say, studied Buddhism. Also many hours, not just same as here, 2 hours. 2 hours a week, 4 hours a week, not like that. When I was monastery, we get up early, morning 5:30 until about 11:30 the evening. We study all day. Of course we have something to eat, not like that, not stuff that, but all day. We have vacation once a week. Like that, the still my Buddhism knowledge is just very zero means something. Almost zero, I don't know. But it's almost zero, right? Of course, then my experience is zero. Therefore, it's not easy. Then, anyway, if it is easy, everybody got enlightenment, nirvana. There are a lot of Buddhism in the whole world, you know. Everybody free from the suffering, but they're not easy. Therefore, we all try to that we stop there. Therefore, now everybody just a simple meditation, okay? First, we have to keep our mind even inside the body, okay? Then first we start thinking to your head, okay? Start head, then you neck, the shoulder, the chest, the stomach, then thigh, then it's a leg, then your feet, then you come back, your mind, again back, and then your heart. Okay? Now you count. You breathe out, in. Don't think others, okay? If you think others, then you didn't do. Just only count out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Usually we count that 9 times, 21 times. Okay? Okay, this is enough. It's too much, maybe you fall asleep. Anybody can do that? But still you have a lot of things you heard, right? Also your mind think, maybe, oh, I forgot something to do today. Then you like that, then you mind keep like that. Then you also change the object. There are many different things. You can object like this, you can just focus like that. Then also you can object your mind, just think only your mind. Or you thinking about, I wish to all sentient beings happy, like that kind of mind. Just keep only that, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If you do the every day that, and also that time, you little bit examine why all sentient beings have to happy. They give reason. Because all sentient beings same is me. Wish to happy, wish to free from all the sufferings. Therefore, I wish to all sentient beings free from all the sufferings. Right? Like that, think about more and more. If you really develop that kind of mind, then you have less problem. Because you have less ego. Because you have less angry. Because you have less attachment. Because you have less hatred. Because you think about all them, right? Right now we have a lot of problems. Hoovering, attachment, angry, jealous, ego, hatred, right? Yes, not? Right? Therefore, if you have less that, then you have no problems. Okay? But think about it a little bit. Also, you need to reason. Otherwise, oh yeah, Buddhism said that we have to accept. Not like that. Buddhism said that, but Buddha said, this is what I see, what my experience. But you can check 100%. If not work, just forgot. Okay? Also, special knowledge, you guys already know. Buddhism is think about our mind. Our mind has many different kind of minds. Some mind got a lot of energy manifest. When that kind of manifests our mind, some mind gives us for more happy. Some mind gives for us more problems. Many different kind of minds. We need to find all the any single mind. What that kind of mind? We Buddhism have all the mind have different names. You have to, if you're really serious, you have to know all the mind's name, all the mind's action, all the mind's job. You say, that kind of mind job is that. Then we have to think, oh, this is true or not. The explain and our feeling or our explain and experience. Is correct? Explain and experience. Experience. We have to check is true or not. Right? The book explains. The book explains, right? We have to experience. Is correct? Yeah, you are, I think you all, you are very good teachers. You have to fix my English. I know you can speak them. I'm the too lazy student. Therefore, okay, this is not really Buddhism. We don't need to say, oh, this is Buddhism. But this is a reality. What book explain? We have to this experience. Okay? For example, the Buddhism says, when you have manifest angry, that make you the person uncomfortable. Even someone's here now, doesn't matter. Even no one in this room, you get angry. You're not comfortable. Now this we have to check. Maybe, just you say you're by yourself, you're wrong. Maybe you think something, something. Very easy to get angry, You don't need to someone come to here, say something, You can also make you angry just very easily. Oh, someone said yesterday, someone told me, this is not very nice. Yeah. Maybe she or he, maybe doesn't like me. Just you by yourself. You just make you angry. That time you check. Is true or not? The angry manifests our mind. Then they makes us uncomfortable. This yoga all of us have experienced, right? I don't know. We have compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness. That kind of mind manifests. And how feeling, maybe we don't have much experience. But the angry, jealous, judgment, that we have all experienced, right? When you have attachment, manifest, even you are not tired. Oh, I like that. Attachment, many different kind of attachment. They can take you everywhere. After you, then you tired. But the mind, that can mind manifest. Therefore, because they control exactly the control. Therefore, the delusional mind control for us. Is correct? It's okay? Is past, future is okay? Anyway, this is, very important. We have to little bit investigation. What book explain We try to experience like that. This is real practice. Otherwise, you study your very knowledge that you never practice, experience, then it's just nothing benefit. Right? If you are very delicious, Tibetan call 18 dishes. 18 different dishes means very humongous food, many different. But you don't eat. Doesn't matter how many dishes you have table. Your stomach hungry, right? You look at the food, you just doesn't eat. Therefore, like same. You know also how you practice, what kind of practice is good, what's not good, but you didn't practice, then of course there's some benefit, there's not much benefit, right? Therefore, even you learn one single things day, try to practice. Try to keep your daily life. Okay? It's too much talk?
No.
Okay? My English is okay? Oh, thank you. Oh no, my English is not good. Anyway, like that, okay? Then, Buddhism we talk, we can go how much deep, very deep. Also we need to give the reason. Because that. Not just Buddha said, we have to accept. Therefore, all of you guys very intelligent, very also a knowledgeable person, very easy to, you can also change your knowledge to one to another one. I think the Western study and Tibetan study is very different. I think you guys, when you start study, you start very what we call deep, very focused, right? In Tibetan it's not like that. Maybe everybody, maybe 50, 90, I think 80% Tibetan can read the books, but most they don't know what they talk about. I think you guys most understand, right, what they talk about. I don't know, very deep. Maybe the senior older students, the Anishi, right? Last week they have exam, about 200 nuns. She's the whole nun number one. How come that? All the other nuns, the Tibetan, own language, own culture. They study Buddhism whole life. But she's the number, of course, her class, she's the number one. Then they have to, also, how you call it? All, include all the nuns. Who's the most, she's the number one. She thought the mistake.
Only female? Only women?
No, there are many female. There are many females. Only females. Her nanny has about 200 nuns, all study. She study here at Harvard, then she go to nun. Then she tried there also. This is not English, this is Tibetan. She studied Tibetan just 2 years. Therefore, I think she's also very smart. Therefore, I think very easy to, if you're very deep, very, interested study, you can just switch on the another one, I think very easily. Therefore, you guys, I believe, very intelligent, very knowledgeable. If you can open the another switch a little bit off, more also a little bit on, you can study Dharma very well. Therefore, anyway, study is very important. Without study, we don't know how to do, right? Therefore, study is very important. The Lama Tsongkhapa said, first you have to hear, right? here. Also, not once, many times, again, again. Also, not one place, one teacher, many teachers. Therefore, here, then you study. It's very important. Like that, okay, now I'm talking too much. Now I have to say something I forgot. I think I'm getting very old. I'm a little sad, too old. Anyway, therefore, I think Western people, they're very, very good foundation, the knowledge. Then you switch different language. I think very easy to for you guys. Not everyone. Really? Well, maybe you're not much.
Maybe we're open. Maybe we're open to the teaching, and it makes it look easier, but it's not easy to switch.
Okay. Anyway, maybe try to switch. Just switch off one and switch on another one. Maybe you're more focused and more steady. Anyway, therefore, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Aryas, all the, come from the cause condition. Right? Daughters, where come from? Well, the daughters, which was high? What daughters or the professors, which one's more high? Same. Okay, the same level. After the master degree, right? Without master degree, you can do two, huh? Or lower? Okay. Okay. Anyway, you have to go step by step, right? Without one, we can jump that. Anyway, you need to college. You have to go to first high school. High school, you need to go to first grade to 12th grade, right? Like that. Buddha, Bodhisattva, then Arya being, Arhats and Arya beings, they all, like here to here, here to here, here to here. This is Buddha. Buddha come from where? Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattva come from where? Bodhicitta. And compassion and understand emptiness. Okay? Arya beings, where the Arya beings come? Buddha teach for them, then they practice Buddha's teaching, then they become Arhats. Like that, okay? Okay, I think finish my English. I'm very complete my English is finished now. Today is an omanch benaya. Niendu sanjin de no tomoshi. Sanje shancho simba lendushi. And nije samda nisem belo shancho sin jase namji jos. Today is a nientu dang ane raja se to kawan shodna ane sanje ga tende se mu chutem ba ten nyam sana ba tene shomare sta la pres.
So that's why it's said in the engaging in the middle way. Chandrakirti said, where did the arhats of the heroes and soldier realizers came from? So they came from Buddha. So Buddha taught the Dharma and they practice and then they become arhats of the heroes and soldier realizers.
다 전에 안에 부다 코로 가와주나? 부다데 다 상조 상발은 중화레스.
And so, and then in that case, where did the Buddha come from? So the Buddha was born from the Bodhisattvas.
그러와. 다나 보디사도가 상조고 셈다. 돈요도 별로다. 이제 제법 냠삼말 나왔네 쇼마레스.
And then where did the Bodhisattva come from? So what is the cause of the Bodhisattva, right? So that would be the Bodhicitta. So one who has generated Bodhicitta, then you can call that person a Bodhisattva. And then the Bodhicitta comes from the great compassion.
다 보디치다나 가르잖아. 아니 셈제 탐주도 다 산제 공부 도브로 쇼냠베를 드리게 로질라. 아니 상조고 셈 보디치다.
And bodhicitta where did it come from? And what is it? And what is the bodhicitta? So bodhicitta is a mind wishing to achieve enlightenment, full enlightenment of Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings.
아니 니제 침보도 그러나 샘제 담제 둥가다잖아 쯤어로 냠벨로질라라 그래서
So why do you want to become Buddha, for the benefit of all sentient beings? Because you want to get rid of all their sufferings. So that mind, wishing them to be free from all their suffering, is called compassion.
봐. 다 된지가 샘제도 안에 샘제도 저 안에 가로 상제 맞추게 됐 그러나 아니 나도 됩니다. 다운스 세대 말에. 그래서 대 다운스 세대 강 종왔다 매버도 별로더라. 돈이도 별로 세게. 다 대섬냥들어 가지고 상제에서 차도 그래서
And so, because you don't want them to go through any sufferings, you want them to be free from all suffering. So therefore, in order to free them from suffering, you want to become enlightened, or you want to become Buddha. So that's how it leads, to generate bodhicitta. And then, so what is the biggest obstacle or obstruction that obstructs one from achieving enlightenment or liberation? Is the self-grasping ignorance. The self-grasping ignorance, the mind that thinks things exist from their own side. And so in order to overcome that mind, then you have to realize emptiness. So the emptiness, the wisdom realizing emptiness is the mind that eradicates all the obstruction to enlightenment and liberation.
다 원래 된리그 상제고서는 니제다 돈이도 별로서 대 되게 랍자다 람스나 대람이야 상제です.
And so this kind of mind, or the instructions to generate this kind of mind, is taught by who? Again, it's taught by Buddha, right?
그래서 콘도 노치는 지내로 해서 봐. 고라로 잡더라.
And so now, so then from the Buddha, came this instruction, and through that instruction, then came the Bodhisattva, right? And then from the Bodhisattva came the Buddha. So they go around like that.
그냥 가서 들어가지스 배나. 조들 아마 소리 띄워는 조도 갈라서 아마 소리 띄워라나.
So that's a question for you. Who is mother born from? The mother is born from whom? Huh? From mother.
야. What you say?
It goes on forever. Mother.
간지 아마 세대야 뭐라기 아마를 띄워야 맞지. 간지 둘신의 진 로야로 아마 거 아마 정어레스. 어느 아마다 가다나 시천에 식당가 아마 대가래 아미지 말아 그런 게 아마를 띄워 마도 아주 아마 식당 맛에 가가 저거.
And so the mother is born from her mother, right? The child is born from the mother is born from her mother. So mother is both child and mother, right? Both cause and effect? Yeah, that's right. So mother is born from mother.
Anyway, this is a philosophy. If you study philosophy makes you very confused, It's very good. If you study more philosophy, you're more smart. That some people say, when they study Tibetan Buddhism philosophy, even they do walk, they know how you things to do easily. Even you want to talk some person, if you know how you to talk the person, the philosophy makes that we call anyway this philosophy there. But philosophy makes very confused. Then also philosophy is checking all the things to very investigation. Same is scientist. The scientist what? They use all the machines, right? Machines, the work of microscope, right? The microscope, then machines. If the machine doesn't work, the scientist has nothing to do, right? Even you sick, you go to hospital, the doctor doesn't, even I'm very baby, even maybe I'm not very bad mouth. The machine doesn't show the doctor have nothing idea. Maybe even some of your daughter here, I hope not. Right? All the mission show, right? Even you go to fever, you go to the mission show. The Tibetan, what you call? Calls, they know. Pulse. They know how you have fever, if you stomach ache, If you have something, what you see, they can just use here. Here, we have to tell all our problems, then doctor check. We really told them. Right? Then of course they just guess, say, oh yeah, like that. Then usually the Tibetan culture, we don't need to tell them to what are problems. They just check here. Also they check the ear. The ear? Yeah. Then they find the colors, They are not, any mission. Here we check the paper, put there, we can check that. We have not that. They just look, they can see, understand. Therefore, different investigation. Then, them, anyway, the mission doesn't talk, then the doctor has no idea what to do. Therefore, anyway, they're always checking the growth rate.
Gross.
The Buddhism, the philosophy, checking our mind. They use the philosophy checking because like that. Therefore, many reasons. It's very useful, very difficult. If you like to study, you have to go to join the monastery or monastery or the philosophy school. Or the name of the kanji, the that Nanzo Shanjo Samban, we jo, the Namadu, the Nutragi, Shanjo was same Jinda Pasaka, Teda, Nije Chembo, and not only to blow the Marato Tanda and Yamiche, Yoriswa. So,
So these minds of enlightenment or bodhicitta and the wisdom realizing emptiness and renunciation or great compassion, and it can be practiced, by ourselves. Even as ordinary beings, we can practice them as well.
What is that name? But the tongue on the Lord John Tonjacolosa, Tandig Peja and the Pe Muzumega, Peja, Castimbochi, and the Peja Tambo Tanja Jursa.
And so this text, known as the Will of Sharp Weapon that we are studying now, is very honest and very straightforward.
Today is a Takanji, John the Solan, Zugutuni, they joined us, they check the war, they joined the Kawan, then you want to start Zugutun Lapres.
And so it points to our faults. So whatever problems we have, it tells us what caused these problems, and it points to the problems straight away.
But the Changa Lakandri checking the was, there is a Tama to a was. They carry Changa Tambo then to some water, the asking on the Tati Lapres.
And so it is saying that you have such and such problem because you did such and such things, because you did those things, therefore you're experiencing these problems. And in order to overcome these problems, you have to overcome these minds like that.
Then that Tendi into Meta also check.
And so, although it says that, but whether it's really true or not, we can experience by ourselves.
Tanding on the sugar to share the body in Baisra. Shende Tamja Ranga Puza Juk. And Jokor Tamja Tome Shakeshi, Punja Tobingola and Chimsich, Dada Shimina Marayas. To share them.
And so we're in the verse 67, where it says, all desires enter into me, and I blame all my quarrels on others for no reason. Roar and thunder on the head of the destroyer, false construction, mortally strike at the heart of the butcher, the enemy ego. And so here it includes all kinds of people, right? The people who walk, people who don't walk, people who study, people who teach, people who teach Dharma, and even those who practice and so forth. So it includes all sorts of people.
And the Tindiki Chengi to get that two kind of Susula Kevsanjaraya, Susula Jakajita, Tindiga, the Shani, any time doing a Lakandam, the Chingi or Etalakres.
So all these people included in here, like I said, do this in order to gain some profit for oneself, and to gain some profit, to gain some fame for oneself, and then you blame on others for the faults.
Okay? 당가도 대 빼샤 시간다 pen. pen 다 간조 지. 자격이 다 레제 랑에게 다 선수도 여러와. 저정가서 mam마나 가르쳐 버리. mam마가 샵슈 쉬고이. mam마라 펜도 칭이. mam마라 로바 칭이 다 간조 상 늘마요네 간지 간조라 기제니 보셔 여러와.
So, for example, like all the candidates, who run the election, to become a president, governor, and so forth, they always, whenever they're running for that, they always say they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to serve the people, they're going to, improve the country, and so forth, right? They always say that.
Do you guys anyone run to election? Not yet. Then lagudo. They can say that, right? In a tiga tenda pura kare social tiga top down da kosa de go yonza tangadon dole le kaya bu chiri was shebu shay there was.
So in the front, you tell this, to the people, right? But at the back, or ultimately, you want to have the status for yourself. So that's why you say all these things.
It's true or not? Yes, no. Thing azun tongo wa te ko chuke kerama do tin namju tongo was.
So it's not really a religious thing, right? It is the reality, that we all face in our everyday life.
Okay? I'm not talking about just only you guys, okay? We all of us, right? Now we study. Everybody study, right? We study for the purpose, our deep mind, the goal. When I want to better job, good education. Therefore we study work, right? The main thing is I want to get a job. Now we say, oh, very famous singers. What they sing? Their motivation, I want to make people happy. I don't think so. They want people to see I am the most beautiful, most famous, most handsome, most what we call famous, yeah, right? The motivation there then do many different actions. They don't have. I don't think they don't have motivation. I want to the more people were happy, how much they can. What do you think? Anyone singer here? Oh, right? Everyone. Therefore, here there's a nina. Ndunelaga kari chevanana. Pudraya. That's social kefsanjirana submitted and the dead years.
And so, just like it says here, right? All desires enter into me. That means you are thinking about oneself. In the front, you can say so many things, you can do so many things, but at the back, what you want is the benefit for yourself.
Right? We go to yes. Are you question or you just yeah.
Does singing, for example, just for the joy of doing it and for sort of increasing their the gifts and talent that they have, and it's all part of the joy of doing it.
So joy for oneself.
What's that, right? So
So you're still thinking about oneself, right?
Right?
So you're not thinking that, oh, if I sing, they will become happy, so for them, I'm going to sing. You don't think like that because you say, oh, I want to sing. I feel good singing. That's why I want to sing. So that's for your oneself, right?
I want to dance, John. I want to enjoy. We don't say, oh, I want to enjoy with them. I want to enjoy myself, Therefore, whatever the activities, this is not daily what we call. So
it's a secular thing that we always do this all the time, right? In our day-to-day life. And so that's what we're talking about, the secular people, right? But even among the the religious people, Dharma practitioners, we say like we recite the refuge and bodhicitta prayer, right? To at all may I become Buddha. When we say that with the word in the word we say that, and out loud people can hear that. But in your mind, it says, oh, by saying this, may I be happy, may I be not sick, may I have a long life like that. So always thinking like that.
right? And then only Shanju Sembasan, Shanju Sembasu Karachana, Shanju was Sem said, Tanang Jolayba, Semchi Tampitan Sanji Topa showing you load to shoot Mujena, and the Shanju Sem Cheno. Tekiana, when the Rando said they shoot Chona, gender they shoot cherry on grass.
So if we really think, from our mind, as we say the word, to add all, may I become Buddha, and then that's really bodhicitta. Like I said earlier, the bodhicitta means the mind wishing to achieve enlightenment only for the benefit of others, nothing to do with oneself, just for the benefit of others.
Kadambe Givishin is to do so. Shanju Samba Yamna Kachana, Keda Jaka Jela, Bul, and the John the Pacarangeles, what is yours? And the Kevna Ganga Jalapiva. She joined away na Kangaranki is to Slagulus.
So just like the Kadamba masters used to practice, if we do that, then it really becomes the mind of enlightenment or bodhicitta, wishing others to be happy. So they always give the profit, the gain to others, and then take the loss upon oneself. And then they always give the victory to others, and then take all the defeats upon oneself. So if you really do that, then that becomes the practice, for the welfare of others, like that.
So that Tendi Chingy Tiggy, Kanda Tiggy, that Shenda Tamshan put Shagam Barret.
And so the person who does that then will not become, like it says here, all desires enter into me. So that will not happen to that person.
All the Tandinan blood was two the Ranya Tering was a gene, Sumi, Gender Trando, and that Soso Chiwoyoma, Soso de Oyoma, Soso Manawa, Soso Yamenchi Yoma, Soso Chuba Yoma, Tendiga Kano the Kinitano Chuba Banalega Chigores.
So if we do anything, for the for oneself, by thinking of oneself, like even if I say, so then I'm going to do recite, or I'm going to recite this prayer so that I can practice Dharma, so I can, live long to practice Dharma and so forth. So even then you are thinking of yourself.
다 종고 탐시 때문에 자게시에 세대 다 메젬바지기 샤와 자마데 바지 제바는 다 얘네 때문에 수수문이 지лен이 제바나 어따때 파초와 메젬바지가 콜이야 견들인데 그거 지금 알지 자마데 바지는 데 제송서 간지 견 차송 다 파초라 파 그리고 딱 맞아 견 차송 누구 파초로 딱미 파초와 샘제 파초로 파 쑥도 그래서 봐.
And then it says, I blame all my quarrels on others for no reason. So, of course, if somebody quarrels to you, of course you will blame on them. But even if it's you who quarreled, then you still blame on others. So that's for no reason.
That if or not, you guys do that or not? Are you sure? No, this is not just you guys. We all, include me, we all of that. This is why. That didn't know too much the courage in Chayores.
So why do we do these things? Why do we make these mistakes?
Nandu Samela, Kadina Kalore, or Nandu Jambal Robachegundu. Semjana Pendo Chegundu, Chondo Kangala, Mazu Chatan and Dewa was.
So what do we try to think, what do we try to do, and what do we try to think is, to think of others, right? And try to think of benefiting others.
Red Yambanaya. Not the morning Chilaka Lessa to Samalachi, Shawa Cheshu Kandeji Shabayanachi, Chik Tamadu Yotala, and Miss Semji Shambala Patna Dama, Suzuki, Ta John the Kotomandua.
So what we try to do is think of benefiting others, think of taking the blames upon oneself, right? But when it really comes, when it really comes into the situation where, we have to take the blames, then we don't really take blames. We always blame on others.
Right? Pechashawayana, Topo Tomo Yambani, Chowa Jeme Yambanari, Jacob Yamana, Kanji, Charanga Bimatu, not that in something, not do something killing you, Maros.
So whether it is within husband and wife, or girlfriend, boyfriend, within the nations, always think that I am right? So when there's a quarrel between two, the other one always thinks that he or she is right, the other one is wrong, always think like that, right? And because of that, then there comes more and more quarrels. Right?
그때 저랑가 노래 왔대. 저랑가 무슨 말이야? 가가 랍토만 가 노르송아도 랍토 말 랍토책 말했어.
And it says that even if we accept, that we are on the wrong, but yet we still will not be able to express that.
Right?
So even though I know I'm wrong, but I will not be able to say that I'm wrong. If I say that, then other person will know, and then I will be really wrong.
Right? That's true. This is a very what we call.
So this is exactly like what we do in a day-to-day life, right?
다 대저하다 나랑 남수 믹스기 되네 셰고고 넣어서 그런 거 개요 말이나 되네 차로 넣어서.
So we don't have any premeditative thought or motivation thinking that I'm going to do like that, but it naturally becomes like that, right?
다들 술도레스 다 수익전레스 수익전한테 라마메한테 제중도서나 나 삼다지 놓아서 나한테 사시 어 드리슈침 되게전레스
So what is making us to do that, right? Even though we don't want, it naturally becomes a part of us. Why is that? And that is the self-cherishing attitude and self-grasping ignorance, right?
Right? This is not our boss said to that, and not our parents said to that, and not our partner said to that. Who? I, me, our mind always thinking, keep me, mind. I don't like that, or I want that, or I don't believe that. Say I, so the first I, so that kind of thinking is big mystic mind. I told you before, right? We follow our mind. Our follow mind, delusion mind. Who? I. That kind of mind. Okay? Now we have to kick out that mind. Close the door. Kick out and close the door, okay? Big locks. Anyway, what do you think? Is it true or not? This is, this is a really, sometimes, we say, oh, Buddhachita, oh, Buddha really can't. We don't see much feeling. We have not much experience. But that kind we have a lot of experience, right? It's true. We don't, if we know we do something wrong, that we don't want to, say, we cannot say.
Yeah.
No? If we know that, we don't want to say, people think, oh, they do wrong. No. They were who? Very strong ego. I am the right person. Therefore, the purpose of what now we learn, we study this teaching, this 67 verses. What do we have to learn here? We have to check, it's true or not. Whatever I'm doing, any activities, the deep our mind says, oh, I want to benefit something. It's true or not? Right? Then we say, basically, if anything's happened wrong, even I do by myself wrong, did I always complain others or not? Are you guys complaining others? If it is opportunity, some place to complain, we can complain, right? We say, oh, you do wrong, oh, they do wrong, oh, who do wrong, Therefore, this teaching says, don't do that. But if you say don't do that, you have no choice. Who's behind you? The big powerful guy there is I. Right? Very big mouth behind you. Say, I'm the person. I want. Therefore, me, ego. Okay? Right? Therefore, try to little bit less ego. Don't think always, oh, what I say is right. What I think it is right. What I give idea is right. You know, right now also we say negotiate. We said it correct? Negotiate. We have to do, we got to negotiate for our mind a little bit. You know, we don't need to talk discussion with others. Usually we have a lot of difficult discussion others, right? Also a lot of difficult situation. Both have very strong, both have such strong ego. Then two egos come together, they don't accept each other, then make fire. Just you know, what we call it? Discussion with you. Just, what? That's true. Did I really right? Did I thinking this is really true or not? You can just verification. Okay? Therefore, if you have a little bit less ego, less problem. It's 100%. You're more comfortable, you are more relaxed, you have less problem. Whom is more unrelaxed? Ego. No, that doesn't do the right thing, that doesn't do the right thing, oh, he's wrong. We have ego, I'm the right person, you have a lot of complaint people. Then you are not comfortable because they don't do whatever you want. Then we are not comfortable, right? Therefore, you have just very open person, very open mind, very relaxed person, doesn't bother many things. Usually we need to learn some word. I don't know, maybe learn. We need to know something. We need to know something, not say. I don't like that. I don't want that. This word is not very good. We need to try to less to say that. Is correct? And then you have this word come, then always problem. It's ready there. You say, I don't like that. Then ready is problem there. If someone's here or not, doesn't matter. Problem there. I don't like that. Problem there. Then we need to try to learn like that. This word a little bit less to use. We need to use to. It is okay. It's fine. Yeah, it is okay. It's fine. Not just say mouth. You need to think about our, mind. And everything is. Our mind has very, I already mentioned before, very strong power. Our mind is the same exactly our, how you call this? Steer our car. Car go right or wrong, this way, right? Therefore, we go to right place, wrong place, happy place, sad place, our mind. This is, explain the T book and Buddha's words, master words. Now we need to experience, correct? Experience by ourselves. Okay? Therefore, now we read this book with these verses. Try to less I am, me. Okay? Don't think about I all the time. They bring all the problems. Okay? Okay. That's your nature. Okay, now 68. Ngami chone soncho ndala shi dombala ne laja
Cholam.
dombala ne laja
Labja cholam.
na dombala ne laja do doctor puje to bengola chente laja de mila dina cholam karse
Cholam do to
do dina laja de pachi cholam ya saro oda teso ore ta dina la chi ta pada nan ra cha cha 가지 다 되게 바지 다 주바돌라고 그래서 봐.
And so the verse 68 is especially talking about the monks and nuns wearing the saffron robe. It says, although I have put on the saffron robe, I appeal to evil spirits for protection. Although I have taken religious vows, my behavior is demonic. Roar and thunder on the head of destroyer falls in construction, mortally strike at the heart of the butcher, the enemy ego.
Okay. Then the kanji da shela ngamu chomba yana ya. ngoni ane suzu nalola ichi ane jamjugi nyamle yaboyo wana ane sonchusula suchila show mares itela majibe tan jitimbe lande de la yachi ta chapche de wadene yonde was.
And so he's saying again, like I said, it's concerning the ordained monks and nuns, you know? And so they wear robes and take vows, yet they take refuge, in the evil spirits or worldly gods and so forth. So where they should be taking refuge in the three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha.
ane sanji chu gende sumla ya ane nipa kaja yome ta ngazo ngama dundu mo shewa yimbas kadon kera mo shiru song was.
So we have already discussed about the powers, and of the powers, of the three jewels, right? The Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So we talked already ourselves, and also we received these instructions, from the abbot, of Seraja Monastery last time when he visited us here, right?
Right. Oh, then that yanju lama go chirwa. Then yenda kanje susu jila nguni chamro yapo jiwa yena. Ani ta tele shemba nguni cham nguni karo. Ta ropa shemba semba go yimba reswa.
And so we don't need to talk more, a lot about that. Anyway, so if we have taken refuge in the three jewels, then that's all. That all is enough, for any kind of protection. We don't have to seek protection in any other worldly gods, and spirits, and so forth.
Then that susu nguni susu chamro yapo yo samba yena ya chik. Ta susu shi shawala chik then chedabati. Ta chamro yapo mebe tando ta nangata shilangwa bare reswa.
So even if one thinks that one is taking refuge in the three jewels, but externally if one is doing those kind of worshippings, to the worldly gods and the spirits, then that shows that one's practice of refuge or taking refuge in the three jewels is not that strong.
다 되네 다한테 의무죠. 다 의무죠. 정말 남아가지. 다 남방에 있어야 돼. 가제 남방에 밀크 냠래 봐야 돼. 밀크에 된데 그 하나 되는 집안에 집바지 장래 해서.
And same, with the people who, this is we're talking about those, ordained, monks and nuns. But even if it's even one is a secular person, right? If one has taken refuge, one is if one consider oneself as a Buddhist, then one should be taking refuge in the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. But instead, if one takes, a refuge or or seeks protection in the evil spirits and the worldly gods, then that is same.
근데 돈발론에 라 쇼바 듣던 되는데 와. 다 가서 돈바 mambol에 요래서 와. 아니 다 마산 쇼바이나 아니 점주 돈바. 근데 개념가 돈바. 대저 소주고 돈바. 아니 장주 선배 돈바. 나가 돈바. 근데 개념가 돈바. 아니 라도 주도 다 돈바 mambol에 요래서 와.
And so, having taken refuge in all sorts of vows that there are, that we can take, we should be more subdued, more controlled, and so forth. But instead, our behavior is like a demonic, worse than that. So there are many kind of refuge vows, like the refuge, starting with the refuge vow, or the pratimoksha vows, like the bodhicitta vows, and tantric vows, and so forth. So any kind of vows that we have taken is to control our mind, to subdue our mind. Instead, that brings no effect to our mind. All those vows bring no effect, because our mind is always like that of a demonics.
옌바에나야 되네 돈바 모올라야 되나 소주 쇼름때 당고네 지 미타사는 만져봐야 봐. 아니 다 쇼름 뭐 쇼름 마이가 다 야보면 가더라. 다 되는 게 마음도 와서 와.
So those kind of demonic behaviors is not good for oneself and not good in the eyes of others also.
돈발라야 되는 것도 처음에서 가서 미가 제초 맞추고 처음에서 그래.
So vow is a discipline, right?
그봐.
Vow means a discipline, of rules. So they're saying that what we can do and what we cannot do.
근데 간소 리가 여 섬기 샤완데 제초 말인데 유초 말다 간지 되게 처음이다 처음.
So it says, your mind and body or speech, can do this, cannot do this, and so forth. So putting a control on that. So that's like setting a rule for one's body, speech, and mind.
어, 근데 처음들 속에서 처음들 개나셔야 되나? 처음 냠래요. 다 냠래 맞춰 왔던데. 다 처음 전에 개 말랭이도 다 말랭이 다 두두두 직바 직장 다 쉬쉬는데 땡이들 이거 땡 용도 와서 와.
So these vows or the rules that we have taken upon ourselves, yet we don't follow these rules. We don't follow these rules. We don't follow these vows. And even though we have taken these vows, but our mind, the actions of our body, speech, and mind is same as that of the evil spirits or demons.
알아? 아니 도마도 다 리시시 때와 마시시 때와 샘시시 때와 시시 때와 아니 두도 녀모 가로 두도 시시 때와 곰도 녀모 좀 지들다 예나야 대래 또데 아니 다시와도 저들이 제 죄가 뭐 요러서
And so, so the purpose of taking refuge, taking the vow, is to subdue our mind, right? To control our mind, to subdue our mind, So, so and so just like, it says that as a result of having studied, your mind should be more subdued, and as a result of having meditated, your mind should have less delusions.
가로 땜밤은 쓰죠. 가로
땡문다. 땜마마.
땜마마 로자 때만 쓰요. 가로 셔를 년도시가 시절 나들이 나죠다. 동알로선 가메트 로자 제베 담아지. Yeah, the verse. The verse to the and
praise to Lama
Sangha, but I don't remember. What did it is? Kanji Manji, didn't remember Suzu Chesamado Yapochi somewhere in our Chabuta, because you want to the sweet joint, they are down the Maripa, Manza, or teacher is.
And so again, although we have taken these vows and so forth, but yet we are not able to behave like it is explained in the vows, is because of our, again, self-cherishing attitude or self-grasping ignorance.
Tenada Diga Ten, Dompo, Shimunia Chegata, Kanet Kadino, Tendiga Danza, Anzan, Ani, Majate Chortan or Reservoir.
And so because of these delusions, then we are not able to subdue our mind, so we should meditate on, meditate, to reduce these delusions as much as possible.
Okay? Like that anyway, now we study that. Usually we exam for others, right? What's he doing? What's he doing? What they talking? We don't talk, we don't exam us. Now we have to check what I say, what I doing, what I'm thinking. We have to sometimes a little bit exam for ourselves. This text talk about that, okay? Okay, we like that. Then we stop. Do you have any questions? Questions, answers? We do a little debate. Yes.
Question. If I remember correctly, if this was something that a teacher said that just have a vague memory, it was before you can wish others to be free from suffering, you have to wish yourself to be free from suffering. And so I'm wondering how that fits in with what you're saying about the hospital. It seems like the bodhicitta is only trying to achieve enlightenment purely for the sake of others and not even like yourself at all. I'm not sure how that fits with I'm not sure if it's a teacher that first thought. We have to also be yourself.
So it's true, but it's not happening at the same time. First, you have to have the mind wishing for yourself, to be free from suffering. So then you say, oh, I want to be free from suffering. So just like me, others don't want to have any sufferings. So they want to be free from suffering too. So just like I wish, to be free from suffering, I should wish for them to be free from suffering also. So then that comes, So if you cannot apply to yourself, if you cannot understand on yourself, you will not be able to apply that on others. So that's why Shantideva said, if you cannot think about yourself, even in the dream, there's no way you can think about others.
강에다, 강에들, 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 강에들,
And so yeah, first, the first part is to think about oneself. So if you cannot think about yourself, there's no way you can think about others. Right? So first you think about yourself, and then after that I say, okay, I should think about others. And then you see the reason why you should think about others and why you should ignore yourself and so forth. So when you see that, then that comes the reason why you should think about others. And then that's called the bodhicitta. So bodhicitta comes afterwards. It's not happening at the same time. So first you have this, and then eventually you will have this.
chachawana zongkang nala drone kangi nyong ngi sita zongkang nala den kangi nyong manyo mini nyamdo shawa yana 파시 다 인계야 다 zongkang ne me shima do thaya ge samo tangi wa na zongkang nala de changi midla ya cho ma le ko sa kana ku dungana ga hako ge ro.
So the person who has gone to a jail and have experienced the suffering in there will have more sympathy for the people, right, in the jail, than a person who have not been to the jail and experienced the suffering there. Because he has experienced himself, so he will have more sympathy, right, or more feeling for them, to be free from their suffering, than the person who has not been to jail and seen that.
Okay, like that. First, we need to identify our sufferings. Then this is we call apply.
So then you apply that on others.
To others. Okay, this is true. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. Okay, yes.
I was kind of wondering, how thin is the line between self-cherishing and self-compassion?
So.
랑제지나 랑닝제지라 개발까지 해놨어.
Around Jesus said that dance. Around Yaji said that Pashi can you know dance at the was Egypt. Egypt Sunda was Egypt thing about you, Shagmart.
랑제지세대 레다 찌부찌부더라.
Chipacha,
니가 요르다스나티.
Mazuka, the was.
그래.
Mazokangala Dutch, the Narazo Nijigo, Tangala can you not do on the Tragos. Nateko down the Chadi was.
So, it depends, right? So it can be equal. There could be no lines at all. Depending on how, of course, so that's a different way of saying. So self-compassion is thinking about oneself, to be free from suffering. And, so self-cherishing attitude also thinks about oneself, wanting oneself to be happy, oneself to be free from suffering. That's the same thing, right? And so again, if you compare that with the practitioners, then you can say like the heroes and soul realizers, they have a self-compassion, but their self-cherishing attitude is not that strong. Even though they do have, because they think about achieving liberation for themselves alone, but they benefit others a lot also. So they do think about others. So it's not that strong. So again, how you define it depends on that, but it could be same.
So self-cherishing is always compared to others, like you're thinking of yourself more than others? Because if you simply have one good thought about yourself, anything, is that self-cherishing? Or does self-cherishing always have to be an exaggerated form? Or always have to be placing yourself before others? Does others always have to be involved in it?
주버라더라. 란젠젤라 앵커 타라몽보라. 타라몽보라. 타모 신나는 거다. 앞에 그런 냐란도 다시 무리로 요새 내 타모샤나 디그라. 라바드 때는 가서 소스 타모 가는 디그라. 그래서
나는 가서 제가 될 거래. 나양 나서 가디나야 나 코들 나 작을 삼도 요도 고 말스. 내한테 나타 불에 예와로 와.
So self-cherishing mind, again, like I said, it depends, how you, what level of self-cherishing mind you have. Like the gross ones and then the subtle ones. Like I said, subtle ones, even in the arhats of the sort of heroes and sort of realizers, they have the self-cherishing attitude. So they have that subtle ones, to which, for that maybe we might not be able to see as a self-cherishing attitude, but it's still self-cherishing attitude. They still have that very subtle ones, very small, compared to like we have it. When we think of, oh, I want to have this for myself, I want to be happy, and I don't care about others, and I just want to have a gain for myself, have a fame for myself, like that. And when you think that, that's really strong self-cherishing attitude. Degrees, yes, different degrees, yeah.
Okay. Okay, then no question. Then thank you. We stop here. And I hope you heard so many different things. Try to little bit practice. Okay? Anyway, thank you. We stop. Chanting master.
Page 39, Thanksgiving Mandala offering. Sashi Poki Jukshi Meito Dramri Rabling Shi Ni Sangye Shindu Mikte Owa Gidro Kunam Dag Shingla Shopashok Jason Lame Kusherabdien Chingnam Katrinle Chokchor Gyepadam Lobsang Tempe Drume Sasusum Gidro Wemunsel Talk to Yekyorchik Idam Guru Mandala Kam Niryata Yami. From my two collections, Fastest Pace, I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time. May I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose wisdom minds is blinded by ignorance. Even if I cannot reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my life's Manchushi. May I find the best and complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhists by practicing, using skillful means shown by the strong force and compassion. May they clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as eyes to discern them. May I uphold Buddhist teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have spread or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddhist deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course of enlightenment completed, to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhists and their children, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Short, long life prayer for His Holiness. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrei Sig remain in life till samsara's end. Page 49, short, long life prayer for Lama Sopa Rinpoche. You uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as a bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading men's true, Nun's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, iron and three jewels, Savior of myself and your disciples. Please live long. Page 57, prayers of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha's state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Mixema. Mig me se wei tier chen chen rei sig dri me kien pei wang po sham pel yang gang chen ge pei sung yen song ka pa Lop sam drak pe javla soad. Thank you, Geshe.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks very much, Geshe. That was, I needed that tonight. So, first announcement, we've got Venerable Jampa Ludrup from, well, I don't know, so from now until the 26th, staying here at the center. He is the Feng Shui master, so he will be taking appointments. At the moment, I have just my email address, spc@kurukulla.org. Just email me if you want to set up an appointment. And after that, you can just work directly with him in terms of times, etc. You can find his book in the bookstore, and then also he'll have a teaching next Thursday night, a 2-hour teachings from 7 till 9, the usual slot. And then he will also do day-long teachings on Saturday and Sunday. And so I have that in the newsletter if you want to look at that. I believe it's in the calendar. I'll have to triple check, but that's, so please, look at that, and you're very welcome to come join. And that's not this coming weekend, that's the weekend of the 12th. Talking about that weekend, we've got Geshe up at Milarepa Center. There's a few of us already going, so contact me if you need a ride. So it's kind of competing with Venerable Jampa's teaching, but it's hard, so choose. And then the coming Monday, we've got Venerable Sarah, and she is going to talk about, well, what's wrong with attachment. And so I think I'll stop it there. And then also there'll be a Reiki 1 class again. I'll put it in the calendar. I believe it's somewhere in October. Look for it in the calendar. Next week I'll have the actual date. That's it. Kimber, anything else you can think of? Okay, that's it. Oh yeah, tomorrow we have Guru Puja from 7 till 9. We've got the usual discussion group for Buddhism in a nutshell. We're currently on the meditation module, so please come join us. It's wonderful just to be talking about what we're studying in that course. Yep.
Is meditation still happening?
No, we won't have regular meditation. We will just have Lama Chopa. Good. Thanks.